What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. Thought I would do something a little bit different today because it's a weekend and I'm free and I'm off. And ooh, I typically don't have a lot of free time, but if I happen to be off on the weekends, I have a lot more free time. So I threw up a poll asking if we should delete all the levels on Spy and basically start with a fresh chart. It would be good, for like new people to see how we get all the levels. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys as to whether or not we start fresh. Me personally, on my own charts, like for futures, every once in a while I'll just wipe everything, start with a fresh, clean chart, and then chart from there. So something that I typically do, I don't know, I would say probably like every 3 months or so. Again, up to you guys. So far, starting with a fresh chart is winning. It looks like that's what we're going to be doing, but I'll give people a little bit more of a chance to vote on it. And obviously, if we do start with a fresh, clean chart, this will be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm good with that as long as you guys are. Yeah. So what's up, Corey? What's up, Evangelos? What's up, Sarah? How's it going, Professor? What's up, Sabrina? Hey, what's up, Jack? We'll start by just looking at a couple of things. I hope you guys caught this. I really do. We were slightly off. So this is kind of annoying. Like when you chart on 30 minutes, like your text moves way to the right when you're on lower time frames. But so our plan was to short here, and they didn't give us that. And I'm realizing in retrospect, like, as I'm an idiot, because really we should have been looking to short basically this entire range. And I feel stupid in retrospect because this would have been a perfect short right out the gate. And really, like, we should have been interested in being short, around the weekly second and the monthly second and third SIGs. So I feel pretty dumb for not putting that on there. I traded live in Shorty's Discord, and I think right out the gate I was calling short, and then but I was trading NQ, and it was like I think I called out short, and then we bounced. I called out short again, and then at another point, like, we got another little bounce. I called out short again. Somewhere down here I called out short again. And I think on this pullback I called out short again. And I was kind of just warning people, to not try to catch a falling knife. And so with that said, hopefully the people that have been around for a while, again, hopefully you guys recognize that we needed to short at this level as well. I really don't know what I was thinking, because this whole range, and you could even argue that even this range here, anywhere in here was our short level. But honestly, I think this is like your best bet. But what I'm hoping, so again, I was saying to look for calls here, right? And look for calls here. I don't remember if I warned people not to grab calls. Technically, it wouldn't have been bad, calls up to the previous day value area high, but hopefully everybody recognized right away. Like, I'm sure Free, when I draw this, will be like, if she feels like speaking. Free doesn't like to speak very much when I'm live. But when we see this, sorry, what was that, Free?
You said I'm a comedian.
So this is what we look for, right? Breaking through our level, at least 3 5-minute candles below retest, and then that would be your entry short, right? Or even if we're looking, like from Trader Dale perspective, if I was to delete these lines, which I'm not going to because that would just confuse things, but you could draw a line here, I'm sure, to find like an SR flip, definitely here, right? And so even if we were going off of this line here as an SR flip and we broke through here and retested, even if you entered at this point, like you were golden on the short, right? So this was really like one of the setups that we talk about often right here. And again, even from a support resistance flip perspective where this is support, 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 and then we get broken through here with, what's the word? Like this level was broken through. We didn't wick back through it. We just blasted through. And then this was our retest here to enter puts or enter short or whatever. Hopefully you guys caught that. But yeah, just super, super bearish day. I do remember, I think it was Omar. He mentioned that he was in a long, I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere like right around here, he was in long on ES, right? And I was like, oh, be really careful because we have this, this poor low below. And this was on like every chart. So here it is on NQ and here it is on ES, right? So ES, NQ, and SPY all have that same poor low. And I was like, oh, be careful. We've got this poor low here. They're probably going to want to clean it up and go lower. Fortunately, it went up. He hit his profit target. He made his money. He got out before they cleaned up this poor low. So I did warn people, here about being in longs. So hopefully you guys realize like this was the place to flip to puts was on this retest here. I haven't been calling out very much stuff in Keenan's Discord. I don't know why. Just, yeah, I don't really have a reason as to why I haven't been calling stuff out, but I just haven't, like in the last week or so. I think calling things out live can be like quite a lot of pressure. And like after, I go live in Shorty's Discord, I think a lot of times like I'm just kind of mentally burnt out and don't feel like looking for more levels, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure Free was on Friday and we called
I
out.
was.
Yeah, I think I called out like 5 trades.
Yep.
And like 4 of them hit and 1 missed, if that's right.
And
I
you
think,
said don't catch a falling knife, and you were so on target.
yeah. But so we called out, was it, if you remember, do you remember, was it like, I called out like 4 winning trades and 1 losing trade, I think. Does that sound right to you?
It sounds right. I don't
Okay.
remember the losing one. I remember you said, I'm good. I'm not going to catch a falling knife. I'm green and done. That's all I remember. There were some good call outs.
Sounds about right. I mean, I don't really remember. Like,
I remember
know
the good call outs. I don't remember the bad ones.
I know
Because
there
you
was a
said
bunch
you
of good call outs, and maybe I didn't call out a bad call out. I don't remember, but I'm not an egotistical person, so I don't really like keep track or whatever. It just is what it is, At the end of the day, we're all just playing probabilities, and sometimes probabilities, even if the setup's perfect, probabilities are going to go against us, and sometimes probabilities will work out in our favor. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, bald head? Jack, 20-hour stream. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm trying to figure out this name. Is that I5I? I'm not really sure. Hey, what's up? Miss Free. I don't think I've ever seen you type in my YouTube channel before. Evangelist, I don't really know what you're asking in that question. You have your chat room at the Discord for your subscribers to see your analysis and alerts. So if you're talking about Keenan's Discord, I'll post like my spy levels there. I'll generally post option trades that I'm looking for, like setups. But during the day, I pretty much only type in calls and puts. I don't post stuff in my own little chat room thing or whatever channel. As far as like trading live, I do that in my mentor's Discord, Shorty. Like I share my screen, in voice chat, basically calling out trades. Hey, what's up, James Does Health? What's up, J Rocks Vans? I like that name. Oh yeah, Marcial. I had been drinking Friday morning or whatever. That sounds weird, but basically I didn't sleep all night, like Thursday night to Friday morning, and so I was kind of just up drinking all night. And so yeah, I had a little bit of a buzz going on, and I kind of, when I have a buzz going and I trade, like I'm actually like deadly.
I remember that.
Yeah, I'm pretty deadly when I've been drinking and I trade. It's a good thing. Why not? Can I quickly go through my call outs? There's just no way. Nitro, switch to trading futures. Yeah, switch to trading futures, and then you can trade 23 hours a day. A lot of my best trades are really like in the overnight session, because like maybe hard to explain, but like the other night, let me see if I can find it. I shared it with everybody. Let's find it. I know I can find it through screenshots, but like just share it as an example kind of thing. This should help. No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Okay, I know I can find it. Oh, sorry. I just read something in the Discord. I'm cracking up. Let me find this really quick. Actually, this is probably a great way to show it. So, hopefully you guys can see this. This is from Trader Dale's book, right? So when we have resistance, 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 broken through, you want to see it broken through like with force. Like, so I actually don't particularly like this example where we wick through and come back down and then break through. I'd rather see it just get broken really hard and then come back and retest. And on this retest is where you would enter long or enter calls. And then the inverse for shorts. And so I actually called this out in Keenan's, where at 22,270, we had resistance, resistance, broken through here with authority, came back and retested. And this is your entry for long, right? So what day was this? February 18th? I think it was February 18th. Yeah, it's right here. So if we hit the replay, let's turn off everything. And zoom in so things are more clear. So just like in the example that I showed, if we just draw a line at 270, Um, we'll just do that. And then erase the 25 cents. Um, so as you can see, um, well, basically, when I called this out in Keenan's Discord, it was like 10:35 or 10:45 or something. So I actually didn't have this information up here, if that makes sense. This up here. Because when I called it out, like price was right around here. And so at the time we had like a strong high, meaning that if price came back to here, it'd probably reject and go back down. So my plan was to exit in this consolidation area. And so basically the trade that I called out was to enter on the retest here and to exit at 300 even. Or I think I exited just below like 22,299 or something like that. I can show you the exact order in a second. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I gave the levels when I entered, or when I put my limit order here. And so basically, again, when I called this out, I only had this information. I didn't have these candles up here. If I did, I probably would have targeted higher. But basically, I put my order in at like 10:30 at night, 10:40 at night, I don't remember. And I closed my computer and I went to bed. And then I woke up. I don't remember how much I was up, but enough. And so here you can see the actual orders filled long. So this B is for buy, and then L is for limit. So if you're buying, that basically would be the same as calls. If you're selling, that would be the same as puts. But so the initial order is filled or bought, one contract of NQ at 22,270, right, which was the exact level I called out. And then I said I closed just shy of 300, because anytime you have like an even number like that, it's going to be, like it's going to be like a strong resistance level, a strong psychological level. So I wanted to close just a little bit before. So here you can see filled, sell, right? So this was buy, this is sell. One contract, limit order, 22,299 and 75 cents. And then what was canceled was my stop order. So you can see here it says STP. So this was my stop order in case price went against me, and that order got canceled when my order got filled to close the trade. So just showing this as, like if you are in a career where, you don't have time to be at your phone, computer, whatever, during the day, very, very easy to take trades at night, and even just place your orders and go to bed. So in this example, like I got filled at 12:10 in the morning, and my order closed at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? But I was sleeping, and so when I woke up, I just, had a nice little payday that I woke up to.
Just make sure there's no news, right?
Well, you can watch news, but generally news will kind of go with what's it called? Technical analysis normally gets like validated by news, right? Like if you notice that there's going to be a big move up, then all of a sudden you'll get like some news that sends the stock rocketing, or whatever it is. So that's not always the case, but a lot of times news will line up with technical analysis. Again,
But
not always.
you wouldn't place a trade and leave it over. Well, you have your stop losses. That's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got my stop loss.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Sarah, highly recommend getting a good buzz going when you trade. James does health. How much do I make a day in profit?
Not financial advice.
What? Stop arguing with me, free. um. Hey, what's up, Alfonso? Hey, what's up, Chef? Um. Yeah, all good, my brother. You'll be happy. Or I guess happy for me. I'm making more beef jerky today, and then my parents are coming over tomorrow. I'm gonna make. I mean, this is kind of like long-winded, but they spend like, I would say like 8 months out of the year, or 7 to 8 months out of the year in France, and then the other, whatever, 5 to 4 months of the year they're here in California. And so they just barely got back. They haven't even met my daughter yet, who's now 7 months old. And they're finally coming over tomorrow. I'm going to make beef bourguignon again. And yeah, we're going to tear it up tomorrow in the kitchen. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Krista? So James Does Health asked, how much profit do I make a day? I don't really know how to answer that question. I mean, I have losing days, so there's days that I don't make profit. Days that I am profitable, I would say on average anywhere from 200 to like 1,000, just depending on the day. And that's, I mean, it's a like very, very difficult question to answer because I day trade futures. I also have a separate account that I trade options, and then I have a separate account that's for my long-term portfolio. And if you combine the three, like, you know, profits or whatever would be higher. But if we're just talking about like my day trading future account, I would say roughly 200 to 1,000 a day. On average, probably about 400 a day is what I make. I'm not, you know, a lot of people like, they'll make whatever $5,000-10,000 a day. I'll get there one day. I just for me, where I'm at in my life and whatever, when I start trading with larger sizes like that, I get really anxious and start feeling really stressed out, and that's not a good way to trade. Whereas, you know, like losing whatever $400 a day and then making, you know, anywhere from like 2 to 1,000 a day, I'm comfortable. So that's right around where I am. I feel like that's as accurate and honest as I can be regarding that question. It's kind of like a hard question to answer. Yeah. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Runts? And it's all. Oh, are you talking about the our Lulu puts and our what was the other one? AVGO? Because yeah, those were dope. What's up, Oliver? How you doing, bro? What's up, Sensei? Like 2 beers? I guess it depends on what beers we're talking about. I drink some pretty strong beers. One more reason to drink. Yep. Yeah, Leo. Trading futures is not very complicated. It's not hard to learn. I have videos on my channel. Do I still trade prop firms? Yes, I do. Um, I kind of have a bad habit right now, I guess, or a good habit. I don't know what you would want to call it. But right now, for me financially, like it's way easier. Um, Hopefully this will make sense to a lot of people, like without getting like too detailed about my life. But you know, we're single family home. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, and and my, you know, like, so we just I'm the only breadwinner in the house, and we live in Southern California. For most people, like if you only have one income in Southern California, it's pretty hard to get by, if that makes sense. We do well, we do okay. And so from trading, a lot of times, like, I don't, I guess this will probably make a lot of sense. Like, I don't try to grow my account. I'll trade it, and I do what my mentor always taught me, which is make sure you pay yourself. And So basically, I'll trade my prop firm account until I can withdraw like the minimum, which is like $2,000. I mean, every prop firm is different, but some they have different minimums or whatever, or the maximum. I think, sorry, is what I meant to say. Until I can withdraw the maximum, which is 2,000, and I'll leave myself like almost no drawdown, like $500 of drawdown, and then I'll generally blow the account because I only have $500 of drawdown, but I just got a $2,000 check. And then I'll just start a new account and pass the eval really quickly. Go to the, the funded account and trade that again until I can get that minimum withdrawal or maximum, sorry, the 2,000. I don't know why I keep saying that backwards. And I'll cash it out and I'll blow the account again and I'll start over, and I just keep doing that same process. I really need to basically like spin an account up to where I can withdraw like 20 grand and then just start my own futures account. But like I said, so far I haven't done that. I'll just grow it enough to get out, to withdraw my 2 grand, pay bills, whatever, put some money into savings, and then start over again. And I've been just rinsing and repeating that process for a long time. Michael's talking about HLF again. We already covered this yesterday, or whatever it was, Friday, the 19th.
Wait, Rob, they don't care about that?
What?
They don't care about you just, taking your payout and then just restarting your account again over and
No.
over?
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
No, why would they care?
I don't know. I just thought maybe they would.
No, they don't care. Not at all. I've been doing that for a long time now. Just, it's like a continuous cycle for me. And it's not, I don't think it's the smartest thing. Like, it would be way smarter to grow the account and like, keep withdrawing from it. But me basically just like every time I can withdraw that 2 grand, I take it and I'll have like $500 of drawdown and then I'll blow the account, of course. Right. There's been a few times where I'll withdraw the 2 grand and I'll spin it back up, and get another withdrawal from the same account. But generally I'll blow it like right away and then I'll just restart an eval, and, I can pass the evals pretty quickly. So, I just do that. And then once I pass the evaluation phase, then I kind of slow down and I trade, more seriously, I guess is the best word, where, I take less risk, because as far as I'm concerned, at that point, I'm playing with like real money that I can withdraw. But yeah, that's kind of the routine I'm in. Pass an account, spin it up, withdraw the 2,000, blow the account, get a new one, spin it up, withdraw 2,000, blow it, start a new one, and I just keep doing that over and over and over again. Let's see. Yeah, Flacco, that's what I'm talking about, funded accounts. Yeah, I called one month outputs on SPY at 612. Yeah, if you listened, you're happy. I said 604 puts, or yeah, 604 puts was what I was saying, and you're way up. PLTR, yeah, I called out puts on PLTR as well. No, you don't keep the profits from your test accounts. You start back over at 0. How long did it take for me to start scaling up? I just, like, this is kind of a loaded question because, like, Oliver can speak to this. He's like my mentee. And when I talk to him about what sizing to use, obviously, like, you want to use proper risk management, within reason, but also more importantly, you have to be comfortable with the amount of money that you're trading with, which is what I was just kind of talking about. Like, I feel comfortable, losing $200 or $400 or whatever. It's not a big deal. So I can be up $400 and have that trade go red on me, and I won't feel like angry or whatever, or stressed out. But if I was trading like where I was up 2 grand and I took a loss and that might not make sense to people, but like, let's just say, whatever, I'll just draw up here. Like if I'm in a trade, right, and this is my profit target, and this is my stop loss, and price goes and does this, and then comes all the way down and hits my stop loss, and at this point here I was up $1,500, and then got stopped out for like -500, this would crush me, right? But the same scenario, if here I'm up like 350 and here I'm -200, I'm good, right? So like you have to figure out what you're comfortable with. And this might seem ridiculous to some people, like, oh, being up that much and letting it go red. If you're trading properly, when you're first like kind of learning, you should never be trailing your stop loss. Like you just should never do that, because what ends up happening is every time you're red, you're going to hit your stop loss. But since you're trailing, you're very rarely going to make it to your take profit level. And so you have to let your trades play out and either hit your take profit or hit your stop loss, and kind of nothing in between. What's his name? Mark Douglas talks about this in his book, Trading in the Zone. Like you accept your risk before you enter your trade. And that's really important. So for me, like, I know if I'm trading with larger sizing, I'm going to be pissed if I'm up like $1,500 and end up letting the trade go red. Whereas if I'm up 350, 400, whatever, and it goes red, I'll be okay. It's not going to bother me. All right.
It's funny, that's happened to me multiple times.
What's that?
Instead of it hitting my target, I just end up going negative on it, or it just turns red.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like you said, it is kind of just your own personal risk or reward. How much are you willing to risk? How much are you willing to take profit?
Yeah. So
like for example, I think on Friday, I was going for the 80% rule, and then I kind of saw a little drawback, and then that's when I just decided to get trailed. But like you said, if I would have stuck to it, I would have got that 80% rule.
Yep.
I was just a little chicken.
No, I remember you saying you closed it, you were trading the 80% rule, and then it hit it. Here, let's pull up your log, just because I haven't looked at it recently. Oh yeah, and you took a tiny win. That's not good.
No, I ended up doing a second trade, and then.
Oh, okay. So you got a good size win and then took a loss, and still made a decent profit on the day. That's good. Why is this not accurate? Oh no, I guess it is. One day. Yeah, your losing trades are just too big again. Some of them anyway. I guess they're not terrible, but you have a couple that are a little bit too big, you know. Coming along good though.
My signal might kind of cut off, because in case you end up talking to me.
What's that? Your speakers cut out?
He said his mic.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
God, I said I'm driving right now, and I'm in a zone where my signal might cut off. Just in case you end up talking to me.
I was just saying, like, there's a couple of days where your losses are just too big relative to your wins. Yeah. That's really the only thing that you need to work on right now. Let's see, where are we?
Gotcha.
Oh, okay, this changes everything. Yeah, so you're up 75.3%. This is just showing It's kind of weird. Hard to look at. Okay. There we go. That shows all of the trades. Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually way better. You're doing actually really good, Oliver. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a good example of what you want to see. He does have a couple of days where his losses are just way too big relative to his wins. But all in all, he's doing well. I think most people, I don't know exactly how long Oliver's been trading. I started working with him in November, so like 3 months ago. And I think most people, like working with a mentor or whatever, and after 3 months you're making $1,500 a month, would be pretty pleased with that. Like that's a good return. So he's doing good. And I'm not teaching him anything different than I teach you guys. Like, we're just working more closely, though.
You got to tell him the truth, though, Rockets. I blew an account because I got too cocky.
Oh no, I mean, we've already talked about that on the YouTube before. Like, I don't feel like I'm not sharing any information. I'm just not sharing it, all of it, in one, in this one video. But yeah, he blew an account. He was actually doing really good on the account, and then he started getting like overly cocky. But also important to note was that you even acknowledged yourself, like you were really like trying to practice different things and trying things out, and weren't really worried about blowing the account, for the sake of growth and learning, So that's what it is. Evangelos, how about adding when it goes my way? I don't add to my position. I rephrase that because sometimes I do. Let me try to give you an example. So, let's just, again, I'm just going to go up here and draw. Let's just say I have a level here and I have like a level that's fairly close to it. But far enough away that like I don't want, let's just say what I really am looking for is to take my trade here and like whatever profit target, it doesn't matter. But I'm concerned that price is going to do this. So I'll take like a starter position here. So like if I normally trade 2 contracts of NQ, I would grab 1 here. And then if price does this, what I'll do is I would have bought the 1 contract here. So basically half of my position size, and then I'll add my full position size here. And then, hopefully the trade goes in my favor. The key thing is though, is this is planned. So like, I don't agree with averaging down just because you're in a trade and you're negative on the trade, and you feel like, oh, if I average down, then if it just goes up a little bit, I can close and get my money back or whatever. That never ends up good. But sometimes it works out in your favor, but more often than not, it doesn't, because it wasn't your plan. You're just trying to salvage a losing trade. But if you have a plan like this where you're like, okay, they might bounce it here, but where I really want to get my entry is down here, I don't want to completely miss the trade, so I'll add a half position here, and then if we come down to here, then I'll add my full size position, and then, same stop loss, same take profit. None of that changes. It's just that I had 2 levels close together, and I don't want to miss the trade altogether. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And right now I'm blabbing just way too much. So we're going to look at a couple of things. First, we'll start with our trades that we had called out. We called out, I don't remember exactly where. I want to say we called short on SPY like a month out, right around February 25th, something like that. this level here, and I was saying to grab 604 puts that, you know, we should have closed by now. So hopefully everybody, or anybody that listened and took that trade, got their money and they're happy. Evangelos, I don't know what you're saying about shorting. Like, it doesn't change anything. I trade the same way if it's short or long. It doesn't matter. The other trade that we recently took or called out was Lulu. This was a plan for contracts 2 weeks out. Actually, let me go on a higher time frame here. And our plan was to grab puts at 370 and 20 cents. First trim, 367.50. Second trim, 365.65. Third trim, 361.93. And then close at 356.50. And you can see we came pretty close to nailing the bottom. I'm actually surprised they brought it almost equal to this low, because this is a very strong low. Just to be clear, we called this out, I think here or whatever, to trade it on this day. And basically, I had said to grab contracts 2 weeks out, and this played out in 2 days. The other trade that we took was AVGO, and that was just a day trade right here. I think it was here. Puts below 226.93, first trim 225.56, and then close at 224.45, and it did it in just a couple, like, you know, like an hour. So both of those were wins. Good trades. With that said, the poll for whether or not I should erase my SPY chart was a winner by 78%. So we're going to be starting with a fresh SPY chart. Actually, before I do that, we'll look at this trade that I'm watching for on Monday. On MU, if we break over $100.20, I want to be in calls. First trim 101.93, and then close the calls at 103.51. Basically every time we come in this range, like we're chopping up and down. And so right now we kind of like hit the bottom, I think. We want to see a little bit of upside before we hop in, and then we should, you know, in 1 day. So this is a day trade. We should hit both of these levels in 1 day, hopefully. Okay. Back to SPY. Say goodbye, everybody. $64 drawings gone. All right. So when I start on SPY, I'm always going to start on the 1 day chart, or actually whatever. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but 1 day chart, PVP indicator, under inputs, 12-month period, value area volume 68, row size 100. Under style, check value area high, value area low, POC. And doing that will give us our yearly levels. And so this is 2024. And just so that you guys know, right now, You know, if we came back down to the 2024 value area high, I would be expecting a bounce. I would be grabbing calls. Um, Unfortunately, we don't have any yearly levels like where we're trading right now. If 2023, you know, like if my value area high was up here and my value area low was down here somewhere, then I would want to chart my 2023 levels. But right now, 2023 is just, you know, way below all of that. So there's no reason for me to chart it. If you did want to chart something, you could chart like the 2023 Virgin POC, because that's going to be an important level one day when we come back down here. After I get my yearly levels, from there I go to a 4-hour chart. And on my PVP indicator, the only thing I'm going to change is under inputs, I'm going to go to 1 month. On my monthly levels, I know I want to chart October, November, December, January. I'll also want to do SIGs on these three. Actually, let me zoom in. Pretty easy to be off by just a hair on these levels when you're not zoomed in enough. And sorry, while I'm doing this, I'm going to probably be pretty quiet. I'm not very good at multitasking, talking and drawing levels at the same time. I'm only good at multitasking one thing at the same time. But other than that, no good. And I should add, I recommend everybody like starts with a fresh chart every once in a while. For people that trade options, it's pretty easy. I mean, for people that trade futures, it's pretty easy because we have our contracts that expire every 3 months, and you're kind of forced every 3 months to start with a fresh chart.
Hey, Rockets, when are
What's
you
up?
going to do a 24-hour stream?
Um, uh, Probably like after I die. You guys will be really confused because like there'll be nobody on the camera, but my ghost will be like doing a 24-hour stream. Yeah. Why am I doing a 24-hour stream?
For the community.
To do what? What in the world
Just
would I?
trade for 24 hours. Just
You're
get another account.
crazy, bro.
Trade for 24 hours.
It would be the most boring stream in the history of streams. Because I would have literally nothing to talk about. And I would be just like, you know, waiting for dank setups. Which
That's why
basically
you
just...
can run a bunch of ads and then just put like have you seen like those ADHD screens where they do like Subway Surfers, where they're like playing a game or they're like popping something?
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know that was called an ADHD stream or ad, but okay. Learn
Not
something.
an ad. I call it like that.
Huh?
It's all over TikTok where they're like they tell a story, but then they start like playing a different video, say like Subway Surfers or something.
No, I get it. I'm just saying I've never heard of it called that. I didn't know what it was called, but yeah, makes sense. Bro. Oh, I'm almost capable of doing this. Hey, what's up, Jumpman? Thank you. Um, Actually, I'm glad that you hopped in. I was thinking about you earlier. I know that'll sound weird, but I wanted to give you props, man. Let me do this really quick. Where is it?
Are you talking to me?
No, Jumpman. Um, Sorry.
What's up, everyone?
Some noise. Where is it? Here we go. So, if you guys are interested in crypto, go check out Jumpman or Crypto Plebs YouTube. I just linked it in the chat. Good dude. He's very knowledgeable. I'm not a crypto trader, but I do like read the stuff that he shares and posts, and he's doing good like DD and stuff. So definitely check him out if you're interested in crypto. Very, very, very worthy of a follow. Very worthy of your time if you are into crypto. And like, I was thinking about him earlier. This will sound weird to people, but I feel like, I don't think he took anything personal, but I feel like me and him might have got off on like a rocky start, where he added everybody over something. I forget what it was, but it was something like that I didn't feel like required an @ to everyone. And he actually probably wouldn't know this, but as soon as he did that, like Keenan adjusted the settings in the Discord to where anybody that's not a crown trader or higher can't use that @ everyone. Like you can type it, but it won't alert people. And it was literally because of him adding everybody that one time. And then like shortly after that, and I mean, when I say shortly, it was like literally like a matter of hours, he was promoted to a crown trader and given his own channel in Keenan's Discord. And again, like very, very, what's the word? Very worthy of it. He you can tell he puts a lot of time into the stuff that he shares and posts and covers on his YouTube. So definitely, if you're into crypto, definitely go and give him a follow. Definitely check him out. He will lead you in the right direction. Okay. And I'm sure that you know, Jumpman, it was nothing personal. Like it was just that, you know, like there's a lot of things that, a lot of good reasons to @ everybody. Just that I don't even remember like what the specific conversation was, but it was something like good morning or whatever. And I was just like, bro, like you don't need to @ everyone for that. But anyway, hopefully you didn't take it personally. It wasn't personal. And I'm glad to see that you've got your own channel and you're doing well. But yeah, definitely people go show him some love, please. Again, if you're into crypto. So once we get our monthly levels, or actually, sorry, I'm going to go back. No, I'll do my SIGs all at the same time. Once we have our monthly levels, we drop down to a 65-minute time frame. And just to kind of show you guys, as an example, like here, you can see like my December value area low is actually off because I changed time frames. So that's why we chart them on specific times. Otherwise, your levels will be off. No, I figured, Jumpman. I just want to make sure you know, like, I don't know. I just wanted to, like, explain myself and, clear up anything if there was anything that needed to be cleared up. That's all. I know I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Like, I don't sugarcoat things. So sometimes I can rub people wrong because I'm kind of just like in your face and like I say what's on my mind. But all in all, like I have a big heart. I'm a good person. Whatever. Like I never really have any malintent towards people. And if you don't like it, I'll shoot you. I have my piece here. I'm kind of always strapped, but that's irrelevant. I pulled my clip out, though, before I pointed at my camera. I wouldn't want to accidentally shoot somebody on YouTube. That would be terrible. All right, so from our 4-hour monthly levels, we go to 65-minute chart. And then from there, on our PVP indicator, we're going to change this to 1 week. Right? All the other settings stay the same. And actually, Jumpman, I don't know what you use to find your levels, but what I'm teaching right now works for everything. It works for crypto. It works for stocks, futures, Forex, like literally everything. And if you ever have, I don't want to say questions, but like if you want me to peek at something for you, you can always DM me, whatever. I'm always down. Like, I can quickly, like, just go to BTC, and like I can kind of figure out the major levels pretty quickly. So super quick. Right now, this is an impenetrable wall on Bitcoin. And this is an impenetrable wall on Bitcoin. This could change because this is the weekly top. That can open once a week. So it could open up on Monday. And then it could be a level that we can get through. This is a daily cloud. So this can open once a day. But for right now, it's closed, saying that price can't go through here. You can see here, this is just like the 4-hour cloud. It was closed. Price kind of peeked through it a little bit, but then rejected right from there pretty hard. 4-hour is the, what's it called? Like the least reliable out of all of the clouds. But still worked pretty effectively, other than price peeking through the top. But yeah, it works pretty well. Anyway, if you ever want me to peek at anything for you, just give me a heads up. Actually, it'd be good to look at this on SPY. Yeah. So here on SPY, this is closed. And we literally tapped it and rejected down 4-hour cloud to 4-hour cloud. Pretty crazy. These levels are deadly. Our top and weekly, or 1 day and weekly top, are both closed. So right now this is kind of an impenetrable level on SPY. And to the downside, everything's open all the way down to the monthly bottom at like 468 to 453. Yeah. Do I not have my quarterly levels on? Oh. I can turn it on. Monthly bottom, or I'm sorry, quarterly bottom is closed down at 340 to 311. But the chances of us getting down here is not high. It would require like some major news, like a recession kind of thing. Banks closing, defaulting, not having any money. That would bring it down here. All right, back to charting. So we've got our weekly levels now. So now we're just interested in our previous week levels. And then I'm just going to put my previous week value or POC here. Pretty even with the January value area high. And then right now, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5 weeks you can draw SIGs. Once we have our weekly levels, we're going to go to the 30-minute chart. And from here, we turn off PVP and we turn on session volume profile, SVP. And the settings are going to be the same. Value area volume 68, row size 100. Under style, check value area high, value area low, POC. And then on this, we're just interested in previous day. So that's most of our chart. We got rid of a lot of, clutter and whatever by starting with a clean chart. From here, TPO levels, and then I'd want to get my SIGs. Wow, that's wild. I'm going to just put this above, but really the poor low is at the same level as the previous day value area low. But this is good enough for me. But if you're wanting your levels to be, 100% correct, then your poor low would be the same as your previous day value area low. Tons of single prints. So technically, you should have this whole area highlighted as single prints. I'll just do this. But for your own charts, I would recommend just putting a box, and make sure that it's a color that is going to be your single prints. And then you can also put a box here. This one I'll leave. Actually, no, I won't. I don't like that. I'll do this. And these single prints, like in the middle, really you just kind of expect price to move through it quickly. You just think of those as like your skinny bellies, where there's not very much resistance or support, so price will just fly through it. I'll leave this up to you guys. I'm not going to draw single prints here and single prints here, but you could either just leave, 603.90 to 605.08 as your single prints, or you could do this, whichever one makes you happy. I'm going to do this. And now that we've got our TPO levels, I know on the daily I can't draw SIGs. I don't have 2 or more days overlapping value areas. So then I'll go to my monthly chart first and draw my SIGs there. Again, we need to be on 4 hours for that. And we can draw SIGs on the last 3 months. Right? So how we do that is we use the tool under indicators, fixed range volume profile, or FRVP. And what you do is you draw it from the first day of the month, which was Friday, November 24th. November 1st of 24, to the last day of the month, which is Friday. Wait, no, that's wrong. Friday the 31st of January. Once I've done that, I turn off PVP, so it's easier for me to see that fixed range volume profile that I drew. And we're going to start with value area volume 68, row size 100, and then same thing under style, check value area high, value area low, POC. And then, so our October value area high is basically our first SIGs level, monthly first SIGs. Slightly different, but I'm just going to draw it for you guys. But if it was my chart, like, I would combine the two, just because they're so close to each other. But 15 cents off roughly. But again, on your own chart, you decide, what you want to do. If you want to combine the levels or have 2 separate levels. When I'm charting for you guys, I do it a little bit different than I do for myself. I give you all the levels, and then that way you can decide, what you want to have on your chart or what you want to combine or whatever else. My first SIG at the top. This is an important level. So not only is it our November POC, it's also our cumulative POC. I should put monthly so I know. Once I have those levels, under inputs, I change my value of volume to 95. And that will give me my second SIG levels. And if you're not familiar with SIGs, I have a class or a really short video on my channel. You just go to my channel and search for SIGs, and it'll come up. I think it's like a 5-minute video that will explain everything. And then I'm pretty sure my monthly second SIG is also going to be my third SIG, but I could be wrong. From here, we change our value area volume to 99. And yeah, it is the same. All right. So now that I have my monthly levels, I delete that fixed range volume profile, go to the 65-minute chart, turn on PVP for 1 week, and then find my weekly levels that are overlapping. So it's the last 5 weeks. And then draw a fixed range volume profile on those from Tuesday the 21st of January through Friday 21st of February. Turn off PVP. Again, start with row size 68. Oops. And then this, I mean, these levels are literally the same. So I can't draw this even on a separate line for you guys. It's literally the same exact level. But so that'll be a big level if we come to here. Previous day value low, weekly first sig, and poor low just above it. So that poor low probably barely gets cleaned up before we bounce. Again, if we come there. This is my weekly cumulative VPOC. And then here I have my first sig at the top. From here, go to row size 95, or sorry, value volume 95. And that gives us our weekly second sig. And then from there, go to value volume 99. And that gives us our weekly third sigs. Okay, and then this is also single prints, I think. It's 30 minutes. Let me delete that. Where's my... Is this a poor high? No, it's single prints. All right. Evangelist AI tools? No. Yeah, Anatole works really well on crypto. Aditya, if it's been tested, it would just be a mistake, like me labeling it as a VPOC. Yeah, so a VPOC needs to be tested during regular trading hours. So let me try to give you an example. Actually, let me go here. Trying to look for a good example. Maybe this will be a good one. I don't know. No. Oh, so here's a good example, I think. So here, or I guess it's actually right there, but I'll just leave it here so we can see it, and it's just an example. Like when this was formed, actually this isn't the example that I thought it was. Maybe here. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here's a good example. So this here is a virgin POC. When it was formed, we sold off, bounced, and then during pre-market or aftermarket, I don't know, we came up and we touched it. But this is not during the regular New York Stock Exchange session. It would still be a virgin point of control at this point. Then we sold off again. And then here during the New York session, it got tapped. And so right here at this moment, this would become a POC instead of a virgin POC. So hopefully that makes sense. And that would apply to anything like weekly, monthly, whatever. It can be touched in the pre-market pre and post-market, and it's still a virgin point of control. And then sometimes you'll even see like if you have a POC like here, for example, it was gapped through, and when you gap through, it still is a virgin POC because it wasn't actually touched. Yeah, single prints are strong support and resistance levels. You pretty much always expect a bounce there or a rejection, depending on where it is. Yeah, so what Almighty Beardman's saying, fixed range volume profile can be used anytime. I'll even use it like, let me give you guys an example. Actually, this last day on SPY is probably a great day to use it. If I turn off session volume profile, and it doesn't even matter what time frame I'm on, like if I go on 5 minutes, and let's just say I'm trying to figure out where to enter a trade short. I grab my fixed range volume profile, and I can draw it from here to here, like basically as soon as we started bouncing. And you look for the high volume nodes as an area to get in puts or whatever. So like ideally, it would have been great if they came back to about here to look for puts. We have a tiny little node here. So this wasn't the best example, but that's how I'll use it like during the day. Obviously, it's not always going to work, but sometimes it does. Like, for example, I know this won't work right now when I draw this, but this right here would have been a great spot to get back in puts, like if they came back and retested it. And if we draw like our fixed range volume profile from the top down to the bottom, you can see we have like a little volume shelf there. It looks like, you know, we also could have shorted here when they came back to it, which would have worked out great right here, right? We came down, bounced, tapped there, and then sold off again. So that was your entry short right there, or puts. You also have like a volume shelf through here. So you can use this stuff intraday to find levels, support and resistance. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I want to zoom out. So basically, anytime we complete a month, I like to zoom out and look at the monthly chart. Look at my monthly volume. Anytime we complete a week, I like to zoom out, look at the weekly chart, look at volume, you know, week to week. And then of course, like every day, I like to look at a daily chart and compare volume, you know, to previous days. I also like to do this with no drawings. Our volume is like basically average on the weekly. Nothing crazy. Ooh, excuse me. Let me grab some water. Why not? Yes. Why not's question. Let me go back to whatever, like 5-minute chart. So the question is like if we gap over like single prints in the overnight session, and then we start trading, basically if price comes back to here, you would expect it to act as support, versus when we're below it, you would expect this to act as resistance. Okay. And then just the inverse. If your single prints are at the bottom and you gap below it, come back up and retest it, you would expect a rejection instead of a bounce. All right, weekly levels. Or, sorry, weekly candlesticks. Things could get pretty gnarly. I know as soon as I click this, all of my drawings are going to go back on. But we've been stuck in here for quite a while. I mean, not crazy long, but what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 weeks. The best example I've ever seen of something like this is on Amazon. Monthly chart. Look at this insanity. I don't even like to really include these wicks, but whatever, we will. We were in this range for 639 days. And when you have, like a zone like this, your trade is going to be a measured move. So like if the box is 44 points, when you lose the box, you should go at least 44 points. I'm trying to... So basically, if you were grabbing puts or shorting or whatever, you'd have been closing on this candle here. Most people probably close, when we came pretty close here, if they're at puts or whatever. If you're trading properly, right? We broke, came back inside, broke, came back inside, broke, came back inside, finally broke, retested, boom. So if you're doing this right, you'd get in the trade on the retest, and within 3 months you'd be out of the trade for 44 points. And then it's the same thing if they broke this to the upside, then you'd be targeting a 44-point move up, right? So anytime you have a bracket like that, it's a measured move that you're looking for. I don't really chart patterns very often, but when you see something like this, like 640 days roughly, where you're in the same range, you kind of have to pay attention, right? Like that's insane. So something that you want to watch, anytime that you're bracketed for a while, technically on SPY, we've been same range for 4 months now. You could even argue like 5 months, but definitely for 4 months. I'd be willing to bet we break to the downside, but I could be wrong. Let me look at daily levels. So on the daily, our volume is pretty massive. It's the largest since... Is that the same? Can't really tell. Yeah, it's the largest volume since September 20th. Or actually, I'm completely missing these candles. I'm so dumb. I was so focused on if this volume was the same height as this volume that I completely ignored those ones. So our largest volume since Friday, December 20th. Sorry. That's hilarious. And like if we're, again, I hate this. I really wish there was like an easier way to do this stuff. But we're basically like at the bottom of the range here. We would expect a bounce, right? I know I can go through and like hide everything except for that, but that would just be tedious. Like, man, it's still... then somebody's going to be like, dude, there's a high all. Okay. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're pretty close to the bottom of this range. You would expect them to bounce, and head kind of back up to the top. That's what I'm anticipating tomorrow. Let's take a look at volume. I just realized I was really far away from my microphone. Hopefully you guys could hear me. Let's look at our calendar for tomorrow. This is last week. Next week, there we go. Nothing too crazy happening. Any one of these could give, the market a move. But if they're yellow, it generally means low impact expected. But that's expected. It could, could be more than something low. Just looking at the rest of the week, unemployment claims. This will be big, obviously. Pretty slow week for news, all in all. This will affect futures traders, CPI year over year in Australia. Consumer confidence, that'll affect day traders. But yeah, it's a pretty slow week for news. All right, let's look at what we expect to see tomorrow, or on Monday. Now I have to turn all these levels back on. Is there a way to do this? I don't think so. Let's click 500 levels. Oh, I don't want those clouds on. While I'm thinking about it, Shorty will be live in the morning or tomorrow afternoon, depending on where you live. Going on over a class on market profile, 12:15 in the afternoon Eastern time. So definitely worth tuning in for. Definitely turn that off. That. Bro. All right. If they give us this November POC, monthly POC, that'd be beautiful. Want to get calls in this area. There's a chance we bounce at the previous day value low. There's also a pretty good chance they bounce there, 598.60. Just a heads up. As far as shorts, I think this is our most likely level for shorts, but it also just depends on where we open. This weekly VPOC is good as well. This might be a level to short. Um, Hopefully, the majority of people have learned enough in this channel that you know to just watch for retests. Um, if we get one. Excuse me. Like if they give us something like this, like um, let's just say they come down here, you're not feeling confident, they break back above, retest, and go. This retest is your spot for calls, right? Um, Same thing. If they don't give us these levels here, and you see, like whatever, come over here, peak above, and then fail, that would be your short level or puts level. Um, or let's just say we open above, come back inside, retest. You would grab puts on the retest. So hopefully you guys understand that. I will do my best to call out stuff as I see it Monday. Um, um, I don't really use trend-based fibs, but yeah, I think we're very overdue for a large pullback. It's all really going to just depend on, what Trump manages to do. Um, I'm going to try to speak on this the best that I can because I was kind of feeling like a chump today. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Like, if you look back historically, um, like the best example I can give is like 2007, 2008. Um, if we look at it, gonna be here somewhere. No, that's 21. Here, yeah. So this here, like, even when price was like up here at the very top, um, if you listen to like politicians, the government, the president, everything's like, oh, the economy is great, everything's great, blah 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 blah. And then like I don't remember the exact date, but somewhere in here, it's probably like right around here, we had like the housing market crash, right? And literally up until the very day of, the government kept saying, oh, everything's great, like economy is doing fine, everything's great, blah 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 blah. And then the market crashes. And the definition of a market crash is 10%, right? So it's probably annoying of me, but gosh, it's so hard to like get that exact level. I hate it when people like use the wrong terminology. So like this is a 56% move down. So that is the equivalent, or that is the definition of a market crash. When I say I hate when people use the wrong terminology, I hate it when SPY's down like 1.5% and people are like, oh, the market crashed. And it's like, no, it didn't crash. It needs to move at least 10% or more to be considered a market crash, right? But so here we definitely got a crash. And so my point is like really like right up until the very day of, the government was like, oh, everything's fine, everything's great, you know, the stock market's doing amazing, blah 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 blah. And I think if you speak with anybody, you know, that really understands trading, finances, stocks, whatever, um, it's all about the big guys, right? So like politicians invest like crazy and they do crazy insider trading, and you know, you have like the big market maker firms like BlackRock or whatever. All of those places have, you know, their thumb on the pulse of what's happening with the economy, and they need somebody to buy their shares, right? And so like if I'm the government and I'm like, oh shit, it looks like we're gonna get a market crash, then the politicians and everybody else, like all those big guys, have nobody to sell to, right? But if I'm like, oh, the market's amazing, blah 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 blah, this is the time to invest, you know, then all of those retail traders that don't pay attention to what's happening with the economy, they'll run out and start buying shares, and now the politicians and everybody else have people to offload all of their crap to. You know, they're selling at the top, but they're telling you the top is a great time to buy, basically. And so today, I don't even, like, my wife had some news on where Trump is talking, and he's talking about, you know, how he's going to save the economy, how they're cutting all these positions, you know, whatever, IRS, blah, 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 finding all this lost money, wasted money, whatever, da, 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 da. And for a minute, I was like, shit, like maybe I need to, you know, buy more shares or whatever. And then I was like, no, I'm being a sheep right now. Like, they're trying to sell me the top, and I'm not that stupid. If I end up being wrong, like whatever, I'll be wrong. But I would rather be wrong and not like buy the top, have the market crash and get in at the bottom. And if it's not happening right now, it'll happen eventually, and I'll just have my money, you know, sitting on the sidelines waiting for it. But yeah, I want to be buying, you know, at good prices when things are on sale, not when prices are at the all-time highs. But so with that said, I also have like a pretty large position that's short that I'm like red on right now. And so I'm pretty sure it's going to pay me one day soon here. But like for a minute there, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should close that position and just take the loss. But I really think, again, the politicians are just trying to, you know, push their narrative so that they can get people to buy the top. And again, I could be wrong. But I just don't see how anything that anybody in politics can do right now can save the market. Well, why do you guys always talk about 570? You guys are crazy. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Well, they were also closing their positions and getting in short positions. So yeah, you know, if you listen to Trump talk right now, he makes it sound like everything's going to be great, and maybe it will after we have a recession, you know. But I think it's pretty inevitable right now. But he was saying some very convincing things, you know, about how he's going to save the economy. I seriously don't get the 570 thing. Because if what I think is going to happen, we're going way lower than 570. I would be looking more, you know, the way to do this is you zoom out and you look at your yearly levels. And on our yearly levels, bro, why is that not loading? Did I not turn it on? I just changed the settings and didn't turn it on. That's cute. So like, this needs to be retested, right? Most virgin POCs get touched. This needs to be cleaned up. This needs to be cleaned up. Maybe even this. I don't know. I think that's kind of reaching, but it was almost cleaned up here. This COVID. Yeah. But these are kind of the levels I'm looking at. I won't be in anything. So I have my short position. I would probably be closing it when we start getting down into 2023 levels. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this. You know, like we just looked at, actually, let me turn this off. We just looked at 2007, right? And if we go, you know, like on SPY, from like the top at that time to the bottom, and then we literally just take this and drag it to where we are right now. Oops. Actually, no, that's not accurate. If we look at this, it's like a 57% drop. And if we figure out, you know, a 57% drop, it's kind of hard with all my drawings here, but we'll just kind of estimate it. 57% drop from here somewhere. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But you guys get the idea. Oh, I'm moving the whole thing. Duh. That's not what I want to do. It's like, geez, that's just going forever and ever. So there's roughly 57%. And then if we turn back on our PVP, you know, so like, these are our POCs that need to be cleaned up. Or virgin POCs, I should say. Right? So that's just if they made like the same move as they did in 2007. So people don't think this stuff is realistic, but it is. I agree, Almighty Beard Man. Yeah. 520 to 540. Those levels are very doable. I think we go way lower. Yeah. Sensei, it's not a call. I'm not in puts. I'm in a short position. There's no expiration. So if you understand shorting, like you're paying a percentage every day that you're short, right? So, and that's actually not even what I'm doing. I'm in a ETF, a short ETF. I can look them up for you guys. Oh, come on. Confirm my identity. You guys are annoying. It's so annoying. I guess, yeah, protect my investment account. But Like, if somebody's trying to pay my mortgage, just let them pay it, okay? So it's this is one of them. GR is EZX. And then the other one is RYAIX. So this is inverse NASDAQ. The other one is inverse S&P 500. So. All right. Yeah, SQQ works. If Bitcoin crashes, I don't think it would affect the market. I'm trying to think, like, when Bitcoin sold off. Sorry, I'm going to delete that. Like here, 21 to, what is this? November of 21 to November of 22. I could be wrong, but where's 21? Oh, I guess, yeah. They did kind of move together. Yeah, so maybe it affects... I don't know that... It's probably just the market overall. Like, this was... 21, we were still dealing with, like, COVID stuff, right? I don't know. This is COVID here. But it looks like it just kind of affected both the market and Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin drug the market down, though. If anything, the market maybe drug Bitcoin down. All right. So you guys should know what I'm watching for tomorrow, or for Monday, I mean, sorry. I'll do my best, like I said, to call things out for you guys. And once again, just, you know, Shorty will be live doing a class tomorrow, 12:15 Eastern. So definitely tune in for that. As always, much love, much respect. Big thanks to the people that subscribe, friends of the stream. If you're new on the channel, you know, basically 5 days a week we go over SPY levels and what we're watching for the next day. On the weekends we try to do classes and education stuff. So definitely check that out. I would appreciate a subscribe if you're new. And with that said, much love, much respect. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend. Definitely tune in for the class tomorrow. It should be a good one. And we will see you all Monday. Much love. Peace out. Bye.